This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Northwest Denver. I'm here with Caring Transitions. Since 2006, this organization has provided senior relocation, downsizing, and estate sales while minimizing your stress with compassion. I'm here with Asha, who is the owner of this location. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. Project manager for many years. You bring quite a bit to the table here when it comes to this organization. This really began for you as a personal experience, something you felt that there was definitely a need for. Tell me a little bit about the journey and your own transition to this industry.
It's a true transition because I've been in IT for 32 years, and my parents moved in with us. My dad is 84, my mom's 80, and seeing how difficult it was for them, even though it was extremely well planned and coordinated, the transition was hard. And it was an emotional issue as well as trying to adjust to a completely new environment. It was a change for them as well as for us. So that's what triggered me to get going on this. I thought with my project management background, it would be a good transition to go and do caring transitions where I can help seniors relocate and figure out the logistics and help them through the process, because it is a very difficult process for them.
I mean, one thing in life that we can count on is change. I mean, that is definitely going to happen to each one of us, maybe relocating, new job, you name it. Regardless of the age, it can be stressful. Why do you think it is even more stressful for our elderly?
Because most of the elderly have lived in their home for 30, 40, 50 years, and that's what they know. Now, suddenly, out of the blue, in their late 70s or early 80s, they have to pick themselves up and go to a brand new location, adjust to everything new. It's like going to a new grocery store. You know, you don't know what aisle has what stuff. You're so used to doing it over and over again, the same grocery store, you can literally close your eyes and pick up your stuff and come back home, you know. But now these people are uprooted from what they know best, and they're put in a new location. And sometimes it is health related, which makes it worse, because then they are not feeling so great, and therefore the change is even worse for them. But if they are making a conscious decision, it's still hard because they are in a brand new environment. They have to make new friends. They have to adjust to the new schedule provided to them. Before, they had their own schedule. Nobody told them what to do, when, what to eat. Now they have to eat at a certain time. They have to make friends. They have to socialize even if they don't want to. And you know, so it's a lot of different things. But at the same time, there's also a benefit to everything. The thing about it is, before they may have been isolated, but now they get to meet a whole bunch of people who are in the same age group and who are going through the same thing. So that way, to that extent, it's a lot of change, yet it's a lot of support.
Co-support between people there. I mean, not only is it stressful for the elderly or the person who's going through the change, but it can be stressful for the children, because making sure that they're making the right choice, making sure that they know of all the options that are available out there. Is that what you find, being able to sit down with both of them and kind of navigate?
Yes. The hardest part is nobody's able to just take a month off and come and help with this. That's why Caring Transitions has a critical role. What we do is we go in and assess the situation, talk to both the children and the parent, and figure out what are the best options available to them. Then we present those options to them, and they decide what they want to do or not do. So this is a joint decision process. And sometimes what is difficult is the children are in a different part of the country and they are not able to come in time for the change. And therefore, we are doing it for them remotely and we are their eyes and ears. So what we do is we take extra care, move the parent, take lots of pictures, and send it back to the kids so they know that their parents are doing fine.
Very easy with technology to keep them up to date and in the circle. I mean, as the children, they're not only trying to make the best choice, but they're also trying to make the safest choice. Mm-hmm. I mean, not only as you're looking at assisted living or whatever it may be, sometimes it's not the safest choice to even stay with your families. That's something that you find in the initial assessment as well.
Yes, a lot of them, unfortunately, are hurt if they are forced to go into assisted living. That's why they can't go back to their original house. So they go from physical therapy directly into assisted living. And that's when we are called at the last minute to help them move all their things from their current home to the assisted living facility so that they can get acclimated over there and be in a safer environment, because there are nurses there that would give them their medications, that would care for them, would keep an eye on them, which may not be available in their home.
I mean, there's many options out there when it comes to assisted living. I look around Denver and I see some beautiful facilities popping up quite often. Yet at the same time, it can be kind of overwhelming. I mean, when you're looking at all these different choices, is this something you're able to help folks kind of bear down and figure out which one would be best?
So we actually work with different organizations who actually figure out what is best for them based on their financials and where their children are located and how close they can present what options they have. So the children, if they are local, would like the parent to be somewhat close to them. And therefore, based on their finances, they decide what assisted living facility is good, because each of them have a rating. And based on the rating and what the needs are and what is important, some people are just introverts. And so they want a quieter environment, whereas others are very gregarious and they want a lot of activity. And so based on what each environment provides for them, they decide where they want to go and where they'll be comfortable.
That is interesting. I mean, as you narrow down a facility, are you also able to be there with them, maybe as they tour the facility? And like you say, decide on different cost as well as location. Is this something you're able to do in person if that's something that is required?
Yes. A lot of the time, when these people are making those decisions, it's more a private decision for them. However, what we do for them is once they make a decision and they decide, okay, this date we are going to move the parent into this facility, we go ahead of time. We look at the room, we measure everything so we can come back and talk to the parent and say, okay, I understand you want to take everything in your 3,000 square foot home to your 900 square foot flat. But unfortunately, that won't work. So we don't tell them you cannot take something. What we tell them is pick everything that's important to you. And once we can figure out if it fits, you can add other stuff that you would like to have. And that way, the decision still lays with them and they feel like they are participating and they are not being told what to do.
I mean, regardless of the situation, be it assisted living or maybe even living with the parents, for you, it's about creating a customized approach. I mean, I imagine every client is different. So is it important for you to hear the complete story so then you can offer some options that really are customized to fit them?
Absolutely. What we do is when we get the call, we go in and do a free in-house estimate. So it's a no obligation, and we spend over an hour to 2 hours at the house. And we talk to them, figure out what their needs are and what are their concerns, and then we customize a plan for them. We do a complete end-to-end service. We'd like to think ourselves as a one-stop shop. So once we go in there and look at everything, what we also do is we ask them if they would like us to pack and move them. And if they say yes, we pack and move them and we unpack them. What is nice about unpacking is in one day, we unpack everything, put up curtains, all their paintings, and make sure there are no boxes. And we put up night lights. So when they are in a new environment, they are safe and they are tucked in literally before we leave. So it's a long day for us, but it's the most rewarding day for us too, because they look so comfortable and a sense of relief when they see us leave because everything is in place and they don't have to do a thing.
How comforting that is for not only them, but for the kids to be able to see that whole transition. I mean, it can be challenging, not only physically, but obviously emotionally challenging. You yourself have gone through it with parents. Is it important for you to provide also the understanding, the compassion, and understand that you kind of have to go at their pace to a certain degree?
Absolutely. A lot of the time when we're working with the elderly, we can't force them to make decisions and pack quickly. So we do them at their pace. So sometimes we do 2 hours per day and maybe 3 days a week to help pack them. And then finally, once we've moved them, we unpack them very quickly because they are getting to know their new environment while we are unpacking them. Then the second thing we do, once they have been unpacked and resettled, we go back to the house to do an estate sale. So we go into the house, set up the whole house, and we do an estate sale. And whatever is left from the estate sale, sometimes they want to have an online auction. Then we do an online auction as well. For those where there's not much left, what they do is they suggest that I donate these items and bring them the receipts. And those items that cannot be donated, like tires, mattress, box springs, things like that, then we make sure we haul them out and dump them and recycle them in the appropriate way. Once all of that is done, we also offer deep cleaning services where a team comes in and wipes down everything from the baseboards to the kitchen cabinets to cleaning the entire house. And we also offer carpet cleaning right after that. Then the house can go on the market the very next day. So they can sell the property and use the funds for their stay in their new environment. So it's a complete service.
Turnkey operation. I mean, we're talking about blink here, open your eyes here, and you're in your new place. You've taken care of all the details. It also is nice having a professional in your corner, somebody that has done this many times. I mean, for a child to be doing this, many times they've never done anything like this. They don't know what to expect. Professionals, you are certified, basically background checked, insured, bonded. Is that important when people are out there looking for a service like this?
Absolutely, because we are not over the night shop kind of deal. Caring Transitions is a national organization, and it's a national franchise. We have over 220 franchises around the country, and they've been in business for 20 years. And the good thing is, yes, we are all certified, we are bonded, and we have employees. We don't have contractors. So we do a background check on everybody because we're literally going through someone's house to help them sort, organize, declutter, pack, and move. So we want a trusting group of people as part of the team to make this happen. So it is very important. I'm not quite certain how other organizations do it, but we have a philosophy and a methodology, and every single one of us get trained on it. We get certified on it, and that's what we do. So it doesn't matter which Caring Transitions you go to, you will see the same degree of compassion, care, and respect for everything that doesn't belong to us because it's someone else's things.
Sure. I mean, what a great fit for you as a project manager. Someone used to the details. This was a great fit for you. I would imagine no two clients out there are like. From some might be a simple transition, some may be a little more complicated, have legal issues, maybe even liquidation, or all these aspects, something that the organization can help them with.
Yes. So a lot of the time, if the person has passed and they don't have a living will, the property goes into probate. So there are lawyers that would help them through that. But what we do is we ensure that whoever is the decision maker, the power of attorney, that all of the contract is with them and they decide how we do and what we do. And we follow everything to a T, so there are no legal consequences.
That is interesting. I mean, as I said before, one thing we can count on is change. I mean, obviously your specialty is that of elderly, but really this is a service that anyone can use. I mean, relocating to a new job, maybe downsizing from a large family and the kids are all gone now. I mean, these are all services that people can kind of pick and choose and see how much of your services they want to take on.
Absolutely. The thing is, we have 10 different options, and they can choose whether they want option 1 through 5 or 2, 4, and 6. So there is no obligation to go with us for all the options. We just want to be a one-stop shop. That does not mean that they are forced into it. We want to do what's best for the client and what's in their best interest, because otherwise we can't be in business.
It's kind of nice working with somebody who has all those options and it's not limited and they can decide what they want from there. I mean, your organization at the end of the day really minimizes stress, makes this really a positive transition. I mean, a matter of fact, even the word downsizing, you prefer to say right sizing, because at the end of the day, you're going to get past the planning and move on to that second phase of your life.
That's right. And it's like the diet. The word diet makes you hungry, you know? So what we try to say is we're just learning to eat right, but we are not dieting. So the same thing with downsizing. We are not downsizing. We are just right sizing based on what your current situation is. And we are compassionate and respectful, and our integrity is the most important thing. And there is no compromise on that.
When a family finds themselves in a situation where they know this is a decision that needs to be made, even if it's painful or it's hard to do, what is the first step for them? Do they set up a consultation? Can that be done in person, over the phone? Explain that.
Yes, they can do that either over the phone or in person. Generally, we have a conversation over the phone where we explain all the services, and then they feel a little bit more comfortable. Then they invite us into the home to go and either visit with their parents, or they are also there in person and we go visit with them and we explain everything. And I think when we go in there and look at what they have and what their current situation is, and we come up with a plan for them, it seems more realistic for them. Sure. And we can do it as fast as 3 weeks from the start to the finish. Sure. And we can take as long as they want to. The pace is set by the client. The priorities are set by them. We are just executing. The main thing is we want to take on all the details and take care of that so that the children can care for the parents.
That is excellent. Like I said before, because of your project management experience, this was a great fit for you. But even more so because of the fact that you have experienced this firsthand. You have blended your family under one roof. You've got 3 cultures here. You've got a husband who is a Colorado native. Your cultures have taught to respect the elderly. Mm-hmm. Does this continue to be rewarding for you as you go out and help people and walk away from that person who's sitting in their new home now, and like you said, you've taken care of all the details?
Absolutely. My husband is half Mexican, half Japanese, and I'm from India. So the culture, it's all very family oriented and respecting the elders. So the one thing I love about this job is at the end of the day, I get a million hugs and a ton of blessings, which just, there is no money in the world that can bring you that level of joy and satisfaction.
It's not work to you. It's actually something you enjoy at the end of the day. That is wonderful. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their contact information. This organization that serves entire area here. Northwest Denver is where you can contact them by phone. They can meet with you as well. Once again, this is an organization that if you check out the website, you're going to see that it's backed by a nationwide organization. Like I said before, they are certified, licensed, bonded, background checked. The staff you're going to be working with is complete professionals. And if you're not sure about it, just give them a call. There's a consultation on the front end. They can answer any questions for you as well. That is Caring Transitions, located right here in Denver, Colorado. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.